ultrasound last week and I cannot wait to tell you about it, my first ultrasound. But before I get into that, I need to tell you what's happened this past 2 weeks. So the last time I did a video, I was quote-unquote 5 weeks pregnant, and then I went to my ultrasound and I found out that I'm actually 8 weeks pregnant today, as of today. So it's not that 3 weeks have went by. Actually, I believe like 2 weeks have went by, and there's a lot to catch you up on. But now we know where I'm really at, so I can go from here. At my ultrasound, I want to tell you like everything that went down, all the questions that the doctor asked me, everything that I asked the doctor, what my due date is. But I'm going to save that till last because there's quite a bit of detail. I'm going to get into what my pregnancy symptoms are. So you're going to realize that I keep looking down, but this video I decided to write down everything so that I don't miss anything. So number one, last week I had these really bad cramps. Somewhere between like 3 a.m. and 4 a.m. twice last week, I woke up with like terrible cramps and couldn't sleep for over an hour. So like I was just like a little bit scared because they were the most intense cramps that I've experienced so far in my pregnancy. The first night, I'm like, okay, cramps. And then when it happened the second night, I was freaking out so badly, I had to just Google it in the middle of the night. Apparently, it's a normal situation. It means that your uterus is kind of stretching. And I mean, when I spoke to the doctor about it, she said your body is basically like rearranging and growing and just preparing for the baby, so it's normal. As long as, as long as it's not like a prolonged feeling, like an hour long of cramps, and it's not accompanied by any bleeding, then don't stress yourself about it. There are different ways, different things you could do to kind of like relieve yourself from uncomfortable situations. But if it's like temporary, like really brief, don't worry about it. The other thing that I'm experiencing at 8 weeks pregnant is frequent urination. Matter of fact, that's combined with like extreme thirst. Like I'm drinking water like all day long, and then I'm going to the bathroom all day long. So that also interrupts my sleep. Yeah, I'm not getting a lot of sleep right now because of either the cramps or waking up in the middle of the night and having to pee. But that's a part of it. Last time you heard from me, I told you about my breasts growing, and I was really excited about it because who doesn't want bigger breasts? But actually, they are so sore, guys. My nipples are really sore. My breasts are sore. When the doctor my OBGYN was like doing the breast examination, I just felt like I didn't even want her to touch them. I don't want my husband to touch them. It's just not fun right now. As much as I thought they would be really fun. One thing that is kind of weird, like I think I expected when I was pregnant I would be eating a lot. I thought I would just want to eat everything, or that I would have like really fun cravings. But what I find to be happening is like I'm so bloated and I have so much gas, my appetite is like this. Like I don't have much of an appetite. I start eating something and then I'm like full shortly after. So it hasn't been as fun as I thought it would be. But yeah, that's due to the bloating. Have I had any cravings? So far, I think I just want all of like my childhood favorite foods. So like last week, I ate French fries drenched in hot sauce and ketchup and barbecue sauce, because that's something I like. Growing up in the Bronx, Chinese restaurants was like, that was my thing, you know, and it was super cheap and it was so good and it was really filling. So I had that craving like twice, like once last week and once the week before. And then like I had like burgers and then like fried chicken. Like those are the things that have been making me really happy. And mangoes. Mangoes are like my favorite. So I want to try and like steer my cravings to more healthy foods like mangoes and fruits. I've been eating a lot of fruits, like big plates of fruits. Those are easier for me to digest also. So like when I go to lunch, I don't have like a like a sandwich or anything heavy like that. I'll just get a big plate of fruits and eat as much as I can. And that's good because it helps with like fiber and regularity. And then obviously a bunch of nutrients come with fruits and not with French fries. So I'm going to try and be mindful with that stuff. Aversions, are there any foods that I used to love and I'm not loving so much right now? Probably fish. My husband and I, we were pescatarians for like a really short period of time. And now, you know, with the pregnancy, we're trying to be careful with the mercury. And obviously you want food to be really well done and all of that good stuff. So we cut down on the fish, but we eat it sparingly because we still like, me and my husband still likes eating fish, so he'll cook it. And I'm just like, don't really want it. And I'll eat everything on the plate except for the fish. And could be I'm just tired of it and the pescatarian diet wasn't for me to begin with. Or that's one of the things that my body is like, no, you're not going to eat that. We don't want that. Me and the baby, we don't want that. But really nothing too serious right now. I'm excited to see, you know, where that's going to go. I've heard people talk about like pickles and like weird combinations, pickles and ice cream combos and like weird shit like that. Weird stuff like that. But I haven't had anything really crazy. So when I do, I'll let you guys know. One of the things I wanted to talk to you guys about was morning sickness. Morning sicknesses, aka like all day nausea. It's not just in the morning, it's really all day. My morning sickness has been mild. You know, I have the cramps more often, like that. They bother me the most. The nausea, I'm kind of like just getting used to it. I had a couple rough days at work last week where I just wanted to like come home. I actually did call out of work one day because I was feeling like it was just too much to bear between the cramps and the nausea. And so I was like, I told my husband, I really need to figure out something that's going to help me to cope, because women get pregnant all the time and they don't just not go to work or, you know, just start not doing anything for 9 months. So right now I'm actually drinking ginger tea because right before I was getting ready to record, I started feeling sick and my mouth is getting really watery and I'm like, babe, I think I'm going to throw up. So I want to tell you about ginger. The ginger that I'm using, like, I basically bought like a raw ginger root, and the way to do it is to like chop off a couple slices. You want to wash it first, but like chop off a couple slices and then boil it, and then that's your tea. You can add honey and you can add lemon. That's my favorite combo. It's also really good for like any indigestion, any stomach problems you're having. The lemon and the honey is good for if you have a cold, and I think ginger helps with colds too. And this is a really good like natural remedy for any stomach issues that you have, or many stomach issues that you have. So I found it to work really well. Last week, when I could remember, I was just drinking it like a cup in the morning, a cup at night, to try and like to beat the nausea, you know, to like help my stomach be comfortable before the nausea starts, if that makes sense. And I think it worked quite a bit. I have like a bunch of stuff I'm going to show you down here, so I'm like I keep coming down and coming back up. But I also went out and bought this stuff, these pills called Dramamine. I don't know if you could see this, but I'll like take a picture for you or whatever. And these are supposed to be like the best pills for motion sickness or morning sickness and that pregnant women can take, and it's non-drowsy. I have not started taking them yet because I'm really trying to like not take any medication. I mean, I asked the doctor if these were healthy or like if these were suitable for pregnant women. She said yes. I asked the pharmacist, he said yes. So I recommend this if ginger doesn't work. Like if you're like someone who's trying to have a really natural pregnancy, go for the ginger. It's working perfectly. It's like the perfect solution. This I have in my back pocket, like if I'm at work and I don't have the ginger tea and I'm like really, you know, having a hard time, then I'll take the Dramamine. If that happens, I'll let you guys know. So that's that. So I spoke about my breast. I talk about morning sickness, fatigue. Yeah, guys, I'm having a really hard time getting enough sleep. I will tell you the truth. And so during the weekends, I take a lot of naps, which I know is like disrupting the fun in my household right now, because I'm just like, okay, going home to take a nap, then we can head out. Today's Easter, so this morning we went out, we had brunch, and we wanted to kind of like explore. I live in Brooklyn now, and we went to Williamsburg for brunch, and it would have been fun to like hang out and walk around and do some things after brunch, but I really just couldn't. Like, I really was just so tired. So I got back home at 4 and I slept for like 2 hours, and this is something that I need to do, and I'm trying, like the people who know I'm pregnant, I just kind of tell them like, I need to do this. I need time to take a nap. I need time to myself. Unfortunately, when I'm at work, that's when I'm like the most miserable, because I can't go anywhere and take a nap. I really would like to trade my lunch break for a nap break, but that's not a thing in my office. So I just kind of, you know, stick with it. I'm trying not to drink as much coffee because, as you know, caffeine is not good for pregnancy. We are allowed to have 150 milligrams a day, which is basically 1 cup. But I'm trying to even keep that down to a minimum, because I'm afraid of what that can do for the baby. So I'm not drinking that as much. But if I really, really, really feel like, guys, I have dogs and they're trying to get in the video, but please don't mind them. Cool. Maybe I'll introduce you guys to them at some point. But oh yeah, what was I talking about? I was talking about being sleepy at work. So yeah, when I really drink decaf every day to have a little bit of caffeine in it. But when I'm really like falling asleep at my desk, and that happens and it's embarrassing and I hope no one sees me, then I'll have a cup of coffee, like a regular cup of coffee, and it'll like pick me up around 2, and I could make it till 6 or 7 or whatever, and then I go home. But if you're pregnant, like, don't think there's something wrong with you. That's just a part of it. There's a lot going on inside here. A lot of growing. The baby's growing very fast right now. So that's why you're tired. So really quickly, in other videos I told you guys about the prenatal pills, but if you haven't seen it, I'm taking these 1 a day prenatal vitamins, and they have folic acid, which I heard is like the really important part. They're gummies because I like gummies. I'm a kid at heart, and I told my doctor that this is what I'm taking, and she said it's fine, so that's good. And then the other thing that I'm doing, right now is massaging this cocoa butter formula onto my stomach as much as possible, as often as possible, so like once a day. Sometimes I'm forgetting, but I'm really trying not to, once or twice a day to do that. And it's fine. I don't see any issues, but I also don't have a belly yet, so who knows. I read somewhere that you can use coconut oil as an anti-stretch mark kind of remedy. You know, some people put coconut oil on everything. If you're like a natural kind of girl and you like all natural products, then you can go for the coconut oil. I rub this on sometimes too because I use it in my hair, and I use it like for everything as well. So sometimes I mix it or I use this alone. So that's really everything regarding like my symptoms and like what I'm doing to manage. Now I want to tell you about my trip to my ultrasound. So I found out I was 8 weeks pregnant I think at the time it was like 7 weeks and 6 days. Today I'm 8 weeks pregnant, and my baby is due November 6th, and I can't wait to meet him or her. What happened? We did a urine test, we did a pap smear, we did a cervix exam, we did blood work. So this is like to check and make sure everything is good inside, everything is healthy, no infections, no, none of those kind of diseases. Is your body like ready and prepared to start, nurturing and holding a baby? So I did this Thursday, and today is Sunday, so I should have my results back next week, and then in my next video I can tell you that everything is well. Everything is looking good. We also saw the heartbeat for the baby, which is really exciting and kind of get like a little emotional. I'm not the teary type of person, but it was like an exciting moment for me to see the little heartbeat. The ultrasound wasn't like, it didn't show me a baby. It showed me like a little tadpole thing. So if you're going for your first ultrasound, do not expect to see a baby. What you're going to get is like a little tadpole thing, and then the doctor's going to check to see if the heart is beating, so you'll see like a little flashing, which is like a really good sign, and you'll know that everything is good. You do your testing, you hear back, and then you'll schedule an appointment for the next 4 weeks. So my next appointment is end of April. Today's April 1st, Easter. My appointment is April 26th, so I'm really excited. I'm like counting down the days. After that appointment is when I'm going to tell like everybody in the world that I'm pregnant, because this secret is like really hard to keep. I'm like struggling keeping it from my boss. I want to tell her because it's like the fact that I'm sick and stuff at work, I want her to understand. But I don't want to tell anyone too soon, just in case there are any complications in the next 4 weeks. So when I take that test next week, it'll tell me like if the baby has Down syndrome or anything, any developmental issues. Then my husband and I will talk about if we want to terminate the pregnancy or not. Not going to think about that too much. Everything's going to be good. Everything's going to be perfect. I'm going to let you guys know the baby's coming. The doctor also told us about a possible test that we can take to figure out the sex of the child early, like 10 to 14 weeks. But I know that's not going to be covered by my insurance, and I don't have the money to be like throwing on an extra test. But yeah, that's really it, guys. That was my ultrasound. I'll show you guys some pictures and some videos and what that footage was like, and you guys let me know what you think. Let me know about what you think about the whole process, everything that I'm sharing with you. Do you like it? Like it. If you have some comments or questions, leave them below. If you think that other people would find this video to be useful, funny, interesting, whatever, share it. And subscribe, because I'm going to be coming back as frequently as possible, hopefully in a week or two with an update. Okay? Thanks.
I feel like a circus bending around.
Okay, that's nice.
You see, let me show you you see like little flickers? That's the heartbeat, you see?
Wait, that's the heartbeat?
Yeah. You see this?
That circular thing? Or is it the whole?
Like
that's the heartbeat, yeah. No, you can see it's fluttering. You see? There. Hello, baby.
Hello, baby.
Yeah.